Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last in the series of the Little Book of Green Nudges webinar series. This is the outcome presentations that we're doing today. Apologies for starting the webinar late today. We had a few technical issues. We have a slew of fantastic presenters for you today. We've got, and I think what I'll just introduce them individually as they start, so we can get straight into it. So first up today, we have Lawrence Lieger from Lehigh University. Lauren has worked in the hospitality industry for over 20 years, gaining experience in upscale catering, restaurants, concessions, and university dining. As an accomplished hospitality supply chain and as an accomplished hospitality director, she has witnessed the deterioration of the global food supply chain and the exponentially growth in disposable waste. Her first-hand experience compels her to advocate for the advancement of sustainability initiatives throughout the food and beverage industry. In addition to her role as Director of Dining at Sodexo at Lehigh University, she is also heavily involved in Lehigh University's Sustainability Strategic Plan 2030. As it relates to dining operations, this far-reaching plan includes goals such as creating a new sustainability and healthful food purchasing policy for in July 2021, the elimination of plastic water and soda bottles, and the overall reduction in disposable packaging. She was also a member of Sodexo's Sustainability Community of Practice, a Sodexo Inclusion Ambassador, and a District Sustainability Champion. Outside of the office, Lauren enjoys gardening, hiking, and advocating for climate change throughout. Go ahead, please, Lauren. Thank you. If to unmute yourself, Lauren, thanks.
Good morning. I thrilled to be here today and wanted to share our nudge at Lehigh University. Occurred during COVID-19 2020. And our little green nudge was to minimize waste from disposable clamshells by expanding the reusable eco-container program that was already in existence. So, like many in the industry, Lehigh University dining was required to offer to-go only during surges when we had COVID-19 surges on campus. And so this led to a massive increase in disposable clamshells that was never seen before. After analyzing the data from the fall 2020 semester, we recognized that changes needed to be made. And some of those statistics were with only the first class being present on campus, we utilized 83,250 disposable clamshells that resulted in $26,000 in disposable clamshells as well. And the average student used 69 to 83 clamshells within that same time period. So after presenting a proposal to the Lehigh Dining's resident district manager and Lehigh University's executive director of student auxiliary services, our client, effective January 2021, that spring semester, all meal plan participants were automatically signed up for the eco-container program. So the big change for us was that prior to this change, students were able to sign up individually, but now everybody was just completely automatically signed up, and the choice was taken kind of out of their hands. And a decision was made very rapidly, given the immediate need, the positive environmental impact, as well as the positive financial impact that the change made. One stipulation that we did make was that if a student forgot or quote unquote lost their eco-tainers, we were to replace those at no charge to the student And this was done because of the extreme circumstances of COVID-19. We wanted to make sure that this transition was a smooth one, or as smooth as it could be. And so we knew that there would be a little bit more of a financial impact with that, but our client was willing to accept that expense. So during the process, we utilized some marketing through our Office of Sustainability that shared the information and kind of brought it home to the students to, again, make this a little bit more tangible for the students to understand. And we also showed a little video. To be able to move on. My apologies. Sorry, I'm not able to move forward.
The arrow bottom left of your screen.
The arrow, there we go. My apologies for that. It's 5 a.m. here, so forgive me. But the video was important because there were some concerns in regards to the safety of the eco-tainers, especially during those COVID-19 surges. So we wanted to ensure the students and their parents that it was completely safe and we were following all CDC procedures. So the specific measurable impacts from this simple change of automatically signing everybody up for the eco-tainer program increased participation in the reusable eco-tainer program from 337 voluntary enrollments in the fall semester to over 1,454 enrollments in the spring semester. And that was an increase of 431%. 72% reduction in compostable containers from 83,250 in the fall to 14,985. And although the decision was to offer additional reusable containers if a student needed one, there was still a reduction in cost, which was over $6,000. So it was a win-win situation. The negative impact, of course, as most things that we deal with, especially when it comes to sustainability, I believe, is that 1 in 3 students did still forget their container at times. And it just kind of goes to show that you just need to have that patience. But we did continue to use compostables when they forgot, or like I said, we gave them replacements. So what are we planning next? So we are continuing this year, automatically signing students up for the program. So that's for the entire student body as opposed to just the first year class that was present last year. We no longer have compostable containers as a fallback option. They have to bring their containers. We would like to expand the program to our retail dining locations and then also further educate students on the importance of the program to decrease that percentage of quote unquote forgotten containers. And suggestions, we'd like to always start with small goals like raising awareness of the program, especially if it's currently a new program or somewhat static or dormant, or just reducing waste in general. We already had a program in place, and it was still, still a challenge for many of the students that had never taken advantage of the reusable container program in the past. And then don't expect to have overwhelmingly high retention initially. It does take time to get the fully desired behavior change that you're looking to achieve. And again, patience is the key. And that's my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Lauren. I did forget to mention at the beginning was that if any of you out there have any questions for any of the presenters, then please use the Q&A box. We'll also be running a poll at the end of the series of webinars today. Lauren, did you get any feedback from any of the students on how they found the whole process?
Well, the majority of the students loved the fact that we were minimizing the compostables. They saw the waste just like dining services did, and were pretty disheartened by it. And so the majority of the students were very proud that we were continuing with the sustainability initiatives that we already had in place, and actually continue to expand that throughout the COVID-19 crisis. And then, of course, there were those that didn't really kind of understand why we were making them do this, or didn't feel invested in that. And that's just kind of part of that learning process. And, you take those as opportunities to educate one-on-one.
Thank you so much. And you are totally forgiven that it is 5 a.m. where you are now, so it's no problem. Thank you so much. And again, so I remind everyone that if you do have any questions, then please send them over using the Q&A button in Zoom, and then we can run through the questions at the end of all the presentations. Next up, we have Swaneema Luthra. She's the principal of the ASN Senior Secondary School. She has 24 years of experience in the field of education. Her repertoire includes wide experience of designing and successful implementation of integrated circular, innovative, and pedagogical strategies, project-based learning in order to inoculate core values of an environmental consensus, social responsibility, cultural consensus, global citizenship in her learners, and develop in them 21st century skill sets and competencies. She's a climate reality leader who is actively involved in sustainable environmental education. Her relentless efforts towards education, community, nationalism, sustainable development have been recognized through various awards and honors bestowed on her by leading education organizations. Thank you so much, Swaneema. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Janet, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from India. And thank you for inviting me for this webinar. For giving me the opportunity to share my experiences as a part of pilot phase for implementation plan for GRID-Nudges. See, friends, we all know the GRID-Nudges program launched by UNEP is indeed a remarkable initiative, as it discusses about the simple yet meaningful measures that make it easier for making the green choices for embracing more sustainable behaviors. Since I'm dealing with the students of K-12, so you will find where children, they are being engaged in various activities. I believe that the institution's vision, mission, core values, and the whole school engagement really plays a vital role in achieving all those sustainable mindset through positive change in behavioral action in all the stakeholders. And since right from the beginning, my school is working on the 4 core values of social responsibility, cultural consciousness, global citizenship, and environmental consciousness. So which is very well being reflected in the teaching and the ethical conduct of our learners. And if we say that this is all the setting the pace for easy implementation of the GRID-Nudges program. My whole program, whatever is there, it has been the speed master for really taking the nudges forward. I take this opportunity am I audible? I take this opportunity to share that all my students have been steadfastly working on the SDGs since the inception of SDGs. And through various curricular, co-curricular activities, MUN summits are being held, exhibitions. The school has received the title for first SDG Lab of India, bestowed upon by United Nations Information Center for India and Bhutan. And friends, since so many things have been in UN Center, we did with the help of the students and the teachers, all worked together for doing all such projects. So the school was bestowed with the title for SDG Lab, as I told you. And I believe this sustainability needs to be imbibed as a life skills in the learners right from the early age. So right from the K-12 itself, we have been working on the thematic areas of energy, waste, litter less campaign, biodiversity, climate change, global health. And by students, eco-ambassadors are busy with the land, water, waste, energy audit. And the school has the 4 rainwater harvesting plants and as a water conservation strategy. And effective waste management strategies are being in place with biogas plants, compost pits, roly-poly, multi-multi, leaf composter, and hands-on. And hands-on training are with the students that they work upon. And although during the pandemic, we were facing the challenges, all such things, but still we have tried our best for the sensitization of few of the major concepts. And the students really did learn the importance of this biodiversity in nature. And it was really easy for us to opt for the green nudges, which acted as additional tools for facilitating the students for unconsciously opting for the greener options and choices. If you could see that the students, when we were in offline school, the students, they were doing the audit and they could see that how could the energy bill be minimized by just going for the good ways of preserving the environment. And our previous audit conducted by the students on energy was a basis for NUDGE 38, that's providing the checklist for reducing energy consumption in the campus. Based on the checklist, I took the initiative along with my staff and the students of getting conventional lighting system changed to LEDs, coupled with already existing solar panels on the rooftop of the school, thereby ensuring a reduction in energy consumption. The pandemic forced a major rethink. I can understand, and you also would say that in the education processes, we all were in dark during the pandemic, but still we were able to really sustain that. In the absence of the availability of the campus, we shifted our action sites to the homes and neighborhood areas. The NUDGE 3, which talks about the social comparison of energy and water use, had to be modified to the entire platform where children carried out home audits of energy and usage, followed by virtual classroom discussions focusing on effective usage of these resources. And further, the Litter Less campaign, which I started in 2019 with my students, that further developed as a nudge and carried forward even during the online mode. The students participated in the waste audits at home and neighborhood, understood the waste and littering issues and their impact, brainstormed to formulate plausible and viable solutions and actions. So even though in the absence of physical school, the school community with all its stakeholders were constructively engaged in various meaningful sessions. Multidimensional activities were the part of the success stories, achievements, accolades of the school through the newsletters, school websites, social media platform. And we were happy to engage the students and speak for sustainability and global summit, and various in-school and inter-school competitions were held for making the students aware about the sustainability and what actions they need to take right now while sitting at home. These activities really engage students across borders, even promoting sustainable mindset and behavior. And we have further partnered with FEE for International Eco School Program and with CEE for Eco Waste Management Program. I feel elated to inform you that we were awarded the prestigious Green School Award for our exemplary work. And I believe that the change will not come. The change will not come if we wait for some other person to come and do for us. Our father of the nation, Mr. Gandhiji, he said, be the change you want to see in the world. After going through the whole school framework of the nudges, we designed our own nudge addressing addressing a specific area of waste management, carrying forward the Littlest campaign in collaboration with Safai Bank of India. And I now spearhead that school communities of Delhi and NCR under this campaign, with around 25 schools under the umbrella, creating opportunities for adoption of sustainable measures in waste management at community level. And at the end, talking about the lessons taught, I would like to share that with the implementation of green nudges, both the online and in person has been a wonderful experience. The best part of the whole experience was a concept itself, which is in sync with our own school ideology of sustainability education. The online mode rendered direct contact with the parents along with the students, which further helped in development of sustainable mindset. But definitely when we were offline, we were doing much more than that. However, the monitoring and assessment of the activities and the resultant outcome was challenging in the online mode. So we also look forward that in person, we'll be doing much more in the near future. We would be able to work in other areas because we've already spoken about promoting plant-based food and reducing waste at the end of each term, because now that term, since we are not in direct contact with the parents, that each parent can give us waste for MLPs and other things. So still we have to work much more. I would like to suggest that if the impact of these green nudges implementation can be compiled and documented for future reference, guiding the new entrants would definitely serve as a great starting point for each one of us further. And if there can be a standardized rubric formulated to ascertain of particular nudge, this would definitely help all the stakeholders to work in coherence with the concept of green nudges. And dear friends, we all know that the threat to the planet is the belief that someone else is going to come and save us, preserve it. And our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, rightly said, we owe our future generation a better planet. Respect towards nature is a part of India's culture. I would urge the audience to stand up and take the responsibility together for a better tomorrow for all. Thank you so much once again for inviting me. If you have any questions, I'm open for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Swaneema. It really feels like you've kind of gone above and beyond any green nudges, and you've implemented so much in your school. What would you say has been your most successful green nudge?
When the energy part is there, I really started energy with the small audit, and then putting on the rooftop, the system, that solar panels really turned out to be so well. So children, they can count that what energy waste were they doing and how could they convert. And when checking they were doing, all those checklists was there. So they checked each and every class when we were physically there. So which classroom the children, they left their lights open or the fans open. So it was like that, a rigorous exercise for all the monitors, those eco ambassadors, they worked so hard for that.
Yeah, it really feels like it's a holistic learning. So they're learning by doing, which is fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much, Swaneema.
Thank you.
We next have Jake Causley. He is one of the members of the sustainability team at the Falmouth University in Cornwall in the UK. He's very passionate about driving positive behaviour change, helping former students and staff shift towards more sustainable behaviours in one of the key pillars of the university's sustainable strategy, and initiatives focusing on behaviour change are encouraged as part of each operational sustainability working group. Though signing up to be a pilot campus, sadly the COVID-19 pandemic has delayed Falmouth's operational sustainability plans in a number of ways. Jake will reflect on how he has reduced his team capacity, shifting working groups' priorities, and a shared campus environment requiring 2 universities to agree on communication assets have all played part in the meaningful green nudges, have not been fully implemented as of yet. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's great to be here, and I'm not going to be not boring you, that's the wrong word. I'm not going to be sharing slides today, just going to be giving a verbal update from here in pretty cloudy Falmouth in England, in the UK. So thanks so much for having me, and I think a special thank you because I was invited to this webinar and had to give the bad news that obviously we hadn't implemented quite as many nudges as we wanted to, and in fact there haven't been any that we've implemented on campus, which is a real shame, but it was very welcome that the organisers wanted to hear about perhaps the bad things as well as the good things and the reasons why. So I thought I'd come online today and share with you some thoughts and experiences we've had at Falmouth University that might help those watching or help people who watch this on repeat. So yes, in terms of taking the results of the Green Nudges, we have sadly not implemented any at our university campus. I will note Falmouth has about 7,500 students, so it's not the biggest university in the world. So we do take pride and believe in the fact that we're quite a dynamic university and quite able to be changed quite rapidly, and that's really that's true in a lot of areas. But the COVID pandemic and the shutdowns of our campus have hit us quite hard. So, like I say, sadly we haven't been able to implement any of these nudges. But I wanted to touch on some other points that might be a bit more proactive and useful from that. So, in terms of progress, we signed up to be a pilot campus last year, as you guys will know. And there has been a lot of talk about the booklet. The booklet has been sent round to a lot of staff in various departments, headlined by myself and Oliver Milliner, who's head of sustainability here, my line manager. And there's been a lot of talk about these nudges and a lot of real widespread support. I think that's the first thing I'd say, is that it has not been because we don't support nudges at all. The theory is sound. The nudges themselves are really useful to have 40 go-to behavior change nudges. So there's been a lot of talk and a lot of support, and just the recognition of the power of behavior change. I'm a massive fan of behavior change, and I think it's going to be really important for the future. And I think it actually couples a lot of our initiatives that we have in sustainability here at Falmouth. So perhaps just a slight tangent is here at Falmouth University, one theme of our sustainability strategy is environment and operations. So thinking about the day-to-day running of campus, and we've actually designed delivery plans within 7 or 8 major themes of sustainability with different departments. But within those delivery plans, as well as actual changes being made to the way we do things, we're also trying to foster and encourage behavior change initiatives as well. So each department is tasked with coming up with behavior change nudges in a way as well that will help them achieve their targets and perhaps drive down big issues like overconsumption, bringing in circular cultures and environmental net gain. So there's a place for the nudges in our plan, absolutely, and we knew that from the start. In terms of other progress, we've also identified some most suitable ones that might have been best for our campus. We have a big problem on campus with recycling contamination. There needs to be better education around that. So we particularly like the green nudges that focus around recycling bins, making them more attractive, more widespread. We had some great ideas about doing decals around recycling bins, and we think that could work really well on our campus, especially as an arts-led university. We feel that would hook in our community quite well. And also communicating progress and data we think would be really good. So a big challenge is we've kind of hit the ground running for the last couple of years in trying to set up a sustainability strategy. And a constant challenge in sustainability, as you will all understand, is doing, but also reflecting on what you've done and capturing data. And I'm a big believer that data itself will be able to influence people and make them feel part of something bigger. So we particularly like the other green nudge, if you haven't checked out, please do, on displaying data, monthly dashboards to get people engaged with this sort of thing. So we like those two in particular. Yeah, like I say, it's been a lot of talking. And there's been several times we have tied in green nudges into some campaigns we've been planning, but ultimately there has not been any implementation as of yet. So what have we learned from that? What's the reasoning? We've learned that having the foundations of communications is really important. The last year has been really forward-thinking for us at Falmouth, in that we've finally sort of popped a pin in the wall permanently in terms of communicating sustainability. So we've actually got a really good foundation from this last year. Though not implementing nudges, we have really mastered the ways we can reach out to students across all platforms, reach out to staff across all platforms. So that in itself has been a challenging process and something that I'm hooked into now. So we've got the foundations of how we're going to communicate these things out. So that's really great. Also, another challenge is, for those of you who don't know, Falmouth University actually shares a campus with the University of Exeter. And I think this joint campus environment is not only unique, I don't think there's anywhere else in the world that has 2 universities sharing a campus. Certainly not in the UK or Europe, I'm pretty sure not the world either. That comes with its benefits, but also challenges. Namely, the challenges of getting almost double the approval and double the buy-in for these things. And not to say that University of Exeter wouldn't be up for this sort of stuff, it's just more processes and procedures which bum us down a lot in sustainability. And with that too comes the design, look and feel of approaches. If we decorate bins, for example, it has to be agreed by both universities, that's what they want. And Falmouth as an arts-led university may have a very different style and idea compared to Exeter University. So we have to meet in the middle. And that process, sustainability has come along on our campus and kind of been the first thing to challenge that, because it's such a widespread issue that's relevant to absolutely everyone on campus. There's not really been a thing before that's brought two universities together with this sort of head clashing moment. So this past year, we've designed that look and feel, the joint approach that we hope will enable us to do more behavior change and communications work over the coming year. That's really good. And I mean, just also reflecting on what the guys asked me to talk about today, suggestions for further collaboration. It's just amazing to hear the success stories as well. Hopefully the sort of slightly drawback story has helped too, but I think having more success stories from other universities, especially if we can relate in terms of size and perhaps discipline, you know, an arts university, a smaller university, it would be really good to hear that. Yeah, just making these connections, and also any examples of the nudges beyond the 40 that are in the book would be great to understand. So thank you for having me along today. I hope what I've talked about has been useful to the people watching and watching on demand. We're certainly not going to drop that Green Nudge book just yet. So thank you once again for having me, and open to any questions. Leave them in the chat or say now.
Thank you, Jake. We look forward to your planned implementation of the Green Nudges. Obviously, you've had a lot of time to kind of reflect and look at all the Green Nudges, and you said you're in the planning process at the moment for next year. Do you have any challenges at the moment for your planning process next year that you foresee coming up?
I think the main challenges from my end is it's come to a time of the year where we've suddenly realized the amount of stuff that the sort of regular things we have to be pumping out. So we've actually committed to annual sustainability reports and metrics and measuring. And actually, for the first time since I've been in post 2 years now, I have felt the strain of resource. We've only got 2-person sustainability team. And we compare that to the University of Exeter, which has a team of about 10 or 15 people. So as much as I would like to go full pelt on behavior change, sometimes that's not possible. So I think a big limitation is resource, but that's where we really need to get it right with the departmental leads, getting them to think about this and them to deliver for us and us to simply consult with them. That's a big challenge, I think.
Great. Okay, thank you so much, Jake.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Suchada Chasawadi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Is currently in the Office of Sustainability Director at King at Mongkut's University and Technology, Thonburi. That's the KMUTT. She joined Chiang Mai University as a lecturer in the Facility of Medical Science since 1976 to 1990, and transferred to KMUTT as a researcher in Pilot Plant Development and Training Institute. Suchada was appointed to Process and Environmental and Analytical Center as a laboratory manager, and then appointed as the Energy, Environment, Safety and Health Officer Director since 2005, and Sustainability Office Director since 2016. Suchada's graduated from Chiang Mai University in the Faculty of Medical Technology since 1975. She received her certificate in certification in molecular genetics, biotechnology from RIKEM, Institute of Physical and Chemical Research, Japan, and in certificate in molecular biology, molecular genetics from Cancer Research Institute, Kanazawa University.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for butchering some of those.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you so much for to be here today. Yeah, today I want to share my experience to share our experience in the Green Nudges implementation. That we will focus on no single-use plastic usage in campus. Yeah. So many persons ask me that why we use no. Yeah, that is not use it in our university. That is the words that is come from our student, that we have the student that we call Clean Heart, that we decide to be the NUDGES idea to make this project. Yeah, but first of all, I would like to introduce that KMUTT, that is have our commitment to be sustainable leadership in all of our activities, that including operation, teaching, and conducting research. We commit in the three things. The first thing, to be a clean and sustainable university, provide a role model on energy, environment, safety management system. And also the second thing, we would like to encourage our students and colleagues to become social change agents for helping the community and society have a better quality of life and adopt a SEP for SDG concept. And the third things, that is mean we would like to have a continual improvement in energy, environment, and safety management system to achieve the sustainability for all. Yeah, that is the thing that is our commitment. Yeah, but anyway, the key role to make green NUDGES in KMUTT and campus sustainability, that is student engagement. For student engagement, we want our students to be a change agent and help sustainability for all. Not only in our university, but including community and in a national level and global level. So from our policy that to be clean and sustainable university and encourage students to become a change agent, we set our target to students and staff to be a clean heart. That means they will be the one who want to be the sustainability leadership and make and can do anything to change, to be the change agent and help community to be have a better quality of life. And also, when we are talking about the NUDGES and KMUTT Green NUDGES are supported by KMUTT Clean Heart. Just a little bit more to explain about KMUTT Clean Heart. KMUTT Clean Heart is a student sustainability leadership that they interest in environmental sustainability, which make university and communities around more clean and better quality of life. They create their own activity to serve the SDG 3, that is a good health and well-being. SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. SDG 11, sustainable city and community, and SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. SDG 13, climate action, and also they want to be and make partnership for the goal, that is SDG 17. Yeah, and when we join, KMUTT is a pilot university in one of the 4 universities in Thailand that join the pilot university to join the Green NUDGES. The first, when we decide to join the Green NUDGES, we will have our first communication that is created by Green NUDGES. The first thing, they try to to apply the 40 way how to be Green NUDGES to be the 40 way how to be Green NUDGES in KMUTT by using their own activity, and that means they adopt from your book and to be our book in our university, and also they produce that video and just like the media and communication to all, because it's a time to the COVID-19 is really the pandemic, and we want everybody to know that now we are going to have our project that is a Green NUDGES by Green Heart. Then they produce the video, that is 4 things that they focus. That is food, staff, mobility, and also energy reduction and energy use in our university. That is the thing, first communication that they made in our university. And after that, they will make a community green NUDGES plan. That is a 2 years plan for their action plan. That they're starting from brainstorming and set up their goal and communication to all the target groups. And after that, they decide the NUDGES with action plan in pilot site. That means they decide to do the NUDGES with the action plan in the pilot plan first. If success, they will expand to all in community. That is the thing that the action plan and decide to do. And for our 2020 and 2021 implementation plan, they set up the first project. That is mean before we start on the September. From May to July, they have the brainstorming, challenge the idea and decide the NUDGES that they want to create. And after that, they start action and communication and implementation on September 2020. And also after that, they have their plan to get the first implementation within community. That is the project that they call Say No to Single-Use Plastic in Community. They're using the community one less campaign. That is mean they want everybody in in community use only one no to use only one single-use plastic in the first or on their starting, and after that they will expand to be the big 4 that they focus, and after that they expand to all in community. That is their plan. So after that, they decide the NUDGES plan and implementation by using EAST or each concept, because they made it. They learn from NUDGES. Yeah, the little book of green nut. That is they want to make easy, attractive, social, and timely. That is the thing that they want to do, and they starting with the question or the problem that why say no to single-use plastic. And the second thing, they have a starting that from July to September, they have they set their goal to their action is a mean. They communicate that is a D-Day is July 25. Yeah, that is the thing that they set up. And after that, they do their activity by using the commitment signet to all target group in the university, not only for the student, but also the staff and also the freshman orientation and resident, or they have a road show within community, and also that they have get the more networking and commitment now with the convenience store, the canteen, or every shop in our university. And after that, they will they do the viral video and social media to share why we have to say no to single-use plastic in our university. And after that, we starting from June, and we get the data collection. That means when we starting with the year 2019, that we have no campaign, but even we want to use or reduction uses, but anyway we can use a lot in 2019. And when we start at September, and in November we have our data, and Jan we have our data, and also on April we have our data that we can reduce 63% in November, and in January 2021 72%, and on April is 97%. That from the result of our students that we can reduce and then nearly 100%. They go to, our president and want our president to have, announce our policy that community, will have a no single-use plastic usage in community from the 1st of May 2021. That is the result and outcome of the implementation. That is in this project, more than 15,000 of students and staff join and participate in the activity. That is mean 75%. And we have a single-use plastic usage reduction in a big four that we focus on plastic bag, plastic glass, plastic straw, and plastic spoon and fork. That is mean we can reduce 97.6% within 8 months. Yeah, I think. But after that, community policy support for no single-use plastic usage in campus from the 1st of May. That is the result achieved along with a good impact on campus environment and climate action. The lesson learned from this project, that means the GRID-Arendal Green Heart initiation with not in action by using each principle. And also the very important thing and is the key driver is the people participation concept. That means we need people to go together and to get the idea to help us to do that. Why we have to no use the single-use plastic, and also why they join, because we face in the same problems in our university, and the thing that they can make, that is mean only one things that you can do. The first thing that is community one less campaign. So the impact of this green NUDGES activity is we can reduce greenhouse gas emission approximately 500,000 kilo carbon equivalent. We calculate from greenhouse gas emission 2.83 kilo carbon equivalent per kilo of single-use plastic production and incineration. Yeah, that is the first project that we conclude in one page, because starting from specific target behavior that no big four, and also specific target is student and staff, and we use community one less campaign for their starting and promote no big four plastic uses in campus. The challenge is a student and staff commit to say no to single-use plastic, and also cafeteria, restaurant, and cafe and mini-mart in community join the commitment. And when we design and implement, the change behavior of student and staff to no use single-use plastic. And not only that, we build up environment to no single-use plastic too. And I think that the thing that we try to have our behavioral outcome, that is mean, that is a key index, that is a number of students and staff join and participate in our activity, and percentage of single-use plastic reduction in campus. That is the thing that we conclude for say no to single-use plastic in our campus. And other community greenness plastic, that is a sustainable mobility, is a by society in community. Yeah, we for this project we starting from 2016 to 2020. That is before that we join this project, but this one we use the same thing, just one kind of the nut, the nut activity, and also that with the result that we achieve along with a good impact on environmental and health, because now we are walk and bike society and in community, and we have increased by usage in community from 50 to 1,200 during 5 years, and more than 25 75,000 people join by activity initiated by community each year. That is mean not only student and staff, but we expand to the community surround, and we have so many, more than 60 bike activity per year in our university, and the bike trip in the community is the most popular of freshman activity, and more than 100 Green Heart initiate and lead new bike activity each year. Yeah, and also that we can make just like community traditional bike trip. That is one of our popular bike trip for student, staff, and community surround. And each year that we make a traditional bike trip, more than 10,000 people join our trip, and we have the innovative bike activity from community that is we call Win Bike. It's very attractive along with the voluntary activity to carry friends from campus front gate to the other building in campus. Our impact for each year, that is we can have just a greenhouse gas reduction, 7.5 million kilo carbon, and diesel usage reduction to 0.56 million liters per year. The lesson learned from this project, that is the GRID-Arendal Green Heart initiation with NUDGES in action by using each principle, and also people participation concept is our key success. And you can see that we have the bike repair center, and also we have the bike share for free, and also we have the bike activity along with this one is we call the Win Bike, and also that we have a repair cafe. It can utility by using the bike. It is the first thing, but the other is for electrical, machine, small things that we can use the repair cafe very frequently. That is because we open twice a month. And our next, and now we starting because in the COVID pandemic, we have not so many students who go to university to study, but anyway, our Green Heart, they're starting the next Green NUDGES project. That is they want to reduce food waste and promote healthier food consumption. The specific target that they want to reduce food waste in campus and promote the healthier food consumption by promote plant-based foods as healthier choice. And the challenge is they want to make just like the SML size of dishes in university food center, and offer plant-based dishes in each restaurant in university food center as healthier dish of choice. They design and starting from dormitory cafeteria as a pilot project, and now 4 months for 4-month implementation. Now they have a 12 plant-based dishes provided in dormitory cafeteria, and 20% of students order healthier dishes of choice, and they can make 48% of food waste reduction at pilot site. And next plan, that is they will expand their activity to all university cafeteria and canteen. That is the thing that you can see. You can order S or M or L for your food in cafeteria that are more dormitory cafeteria. That is some of our activity in community, and thank you for your attention. And if you have something to share, and I would like to to answer your question and share our idea and experience on the NUDGES project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suchada. That's a fantastic, shining example of how a university, faculty, and students can really take ownership of the green nudges and move it beyond of what was just in the booklet. Is there, because you've done so much there on especially the banning of the single-use plastic, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently if you were to do it again?
The thing that I think that for each project they have different different idea, and the thing that I think that the really important thing that we learn from the Green NUDGES project is when for the nut design, you know, that we have to share the idea, and I think that the thing that really important thing is they need the project that so many people knows that is a problem or that is an effect for their life. That is a very important thing. I think that starting from that one first. And the second thing, we want to share the idea that is mean people participation, not only students, but mean staff. They need to, they want to come and to join us. And if they said it's their idea, they want to get along with that one. I think that is a key point, and I think that when we have a success story for that thing, I can see that because of they have their idea, they can share their idea, and we use their idea. That's the thing that the point that we can go along with this concept. Yeah, that is people participation. So yeah.
Great, thank you so much, Ishada. So lastly, but no means the least, we have Professor Tanu Jindal. Professor has a doctorate in ecotoxicology and a Master's of Science and a Bachelor of Science from University of Delhi, and has extensively contributed in the field of environmental toxicology for the last 21 years. She is Director and Professor at Amity Institute of Environmental Toxicology, Safety and Management, the AIETSM, that's a long one, and Amity Institute of Environmental Sciences, AIES. She has established the AIETSM in 2008. She has also launched Amity Center for Antarctic Research and Studies and a PhD in Environmental Sciences and Bachelor of Science Environmental Science programs. She has filed 6 patents on a listmetric device apparatus to estimate the loss of xenobiotics by volatilization and mineralization, natural pesticides, photochemical method to dispose of dilute pesticides, waste, and cost-effective water testing kit. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, over to you. Thank you so much, Tanu.
Thank you. Thank you. So thank you so much. And it was a wonderful presentation, which I've seen just now. In fact, some of the points, I wish I could include more. So can you see my screen?
No, not yet. If you can just share, click the share screen, share button.
Just a second. Entire screen, share. Is it okay now?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. In fact, this UNEP's Green NUDGES initiative is one of the best I have ever seen in such large scale. And we started with the presentation of the UNEP Green NUDGES, which we received, the little book. We converted it into a presentation, and students did it in one of the Thursdays are the day. Thursday, second half of the university day is for all club activities, meetings, and other conference, webinars, etc. So students share the UNEP Green NUDGES, and so they explained about what it is all about and how it helps in reducing campus environmental impact through behavioral change in the form of concise and user-friendly publications. So progress so far, in fact, in our campus, everything was recorded in hard copy, and every communication, inter-office communication, inter-university communication was on hard copies, but now all communication and files are been saved in digital manner. So that is one of the most, and thanks to COVID lockdown period also, when we all were working from home, so that also helped us going digital. But we have been lockdown has been open since April, so but we have been continuing that practice, and I personally like it because it's easier to handle, it has more record in a better way, and saves huge paper in the process. Then printing also, only the essential papers are printed, otherwise everything is been done over MS Teams, Zoom, and WebEx, other platforms. And even the examinations have been conducting online, so which has cut down huge paper consumption. And our campus have received Leeds UK award for Green Campus. We have covered around 80% of the campus is around green cover. So and also we follow all practices of horticulture practices and trees and parks and our sports grounds. So lessons learned: resistance to change, feedback mechanism, what role did perception, attitude, play, barriers, and drivers, this sort of thing. What would be done the same and change in the future? The Green Nudges have built a positive approach amongst one and all to promote the cause of environmental concerns and challenges. In fact, we have been following the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. There is in India Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So under that also we are doing large number of initiatives in different blocks of MET. We have around till K, we have different blocks, KA to K blocks. And every block we have made a Swachhta coordinator, and we have been following different practices for that. And all the herbal toilet cleaners and herbal disinfectants are being used by our housekeeping person, so that the VOCs are not released and eco-friendly. Now, Amity has also Harvard Green Initiative working on green nudges has brought new forte in the mission to save environment along with their academic programs. As you have already told, PhD, MSc, and BSc Environmental Sciences, and with the punchline on save Earth to bring birth for the new birth. As we all know, we have to save this planet for our future generations. In fact, all students are instructed not to bring plastic bags and wrapping for their lunch boxes. Instead, paper envelopes are promoted to avoid plastic waste. So, which has really made a difference in our garbage collection. Then we also do best out of waste competition for awareness every year. These are two pieces only which I'm showing, but I was amazed. Thousands of students were, they brought very innovative. You can see the first one is made out of spoons, and the second one out of the, the Sprite bottle cuttings. So, but I wanted to show many. There are thousands of models, thousands of things are there, because we teach all undergraduates at MET, be it biotech, be it engineering, be it fashion technology, be it hospitality, be it architecture, law. So we are teaching 4 credit course environmental science to all the students in the first semester. So then we involve all these students in our activities which we do for environment sciences and green nudges. So we have received thousands of models. I wish I could show you. Maybe next time I'll get them covered and showcase. Then we also we do painting by herbal colors competition every year to promote herbal things and cut down on synthetic colors. So students have really actively participated in these and very innovative, and we also distribute prizes to encourage them. Eco-friendly idol making competition with clay. So all students were making Ganesha It was around Ganesh Chaturthi. It's a very big festival which has been celebrated in India. So students very enthusiastically participated in it. Now this in all the, and this is an MET photo of MET Mall where various outlets are there, Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Bikaner, and cafeteria, canteens. So we have now issued a directive that all the eating items would be packed only in, not in disposable plastic. It was banned, and eco-friendly biodegradable packaging is permitted in the campus. So which has reduced large solid waste which we have received. Besides this, we also did large number of events for awareness on MIT campus for environmental awareness. So this is with our MIT New York campus at Long Island and MIT Global Research Hub. So we did a webinar in January. I'm just sharing of this year, Sustainable Future and Climate Change, and this was supported by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Now we also did 3 days training program on climate resilience and sustainability and disaster management. Training this, so somewhere directly, indirectly, they understand what we are doing with the environment, large huge pollution we are doing, that leads to climate change, and further this climate change leads into various disasters. Then we celebrate World Water Day to promote fresh water and sustainable development, leaving no one behind. This is March 19. March 18 we did with Ministry of Jal Shakti, and then Nature for Water, exploring nature-based solutions to the water challenge in association with Central Water Commission. World Earth Day, we celebrate this also every year, and this year we take the UN title wherever possible of the webinar, and the climate action for sustainable planet. So again, the speakers touch upon what is the importance of avoiding environmental pollution, how we can contribute, and how we can contribute our bit to save this environment and further climate change, global warming, and for a sustainable planet. This is again Earth Day, to save Earth, to bring birth for the new birth. Large number of speakers are invited, and they really bring awareness in their own way. Then every year we also celebrate Environment Day. I am showing you the pictures of 21 and 2020. So again, so here you can see these are all the states of India, from various ministries, from Australia, from Lieger University, Canada. We have invited speakers from various, and they motivate students in their own way, and then we encourage them to practice and contribute wherever they can. Then and we have also started one plantation drive. Over 100 plants were planted around the campus. This campus, we have around 9 campuses in India, so we also started the drive there in various campuses. This is the one which we did with Vigyan Bhavan and UN. So we showcased our various patents, very eco-friendly products, and our activities on this UN Day, Environment Day. Then we also celebrate Ozone Day every year to how we can contribute towards saving the ozone layer by planting trees, and by avoiding VOCs, CFCs, and how we can do our bit to save this ozone layer, and make them aware about the Montreal Protocol as well. This is Ozone Day, and we also celebrate World Environmental Health Day. And this is 2020, this is 2021. Again, you can see UN head Dr. Atul Bagai. So we invite, and the Antarctic Research Center director, then other people who have been specialized in this field, who have been working, from media, and they encourage students in their own way to motivate to follow green practices. So, and this is about, the community lunch where everyone, you can see there are no disposable things been made, and homemade food has been encouraged during the office parties where everyone bring. This is the huge group we have here. In fact, we are one of the biggest environmental institutes in India with 9 institutes in the natural resource domain and around 15 programs we are running on wildlife, forestry, sustainable development, natural resources, geoinformatics, remote sensing, and environmental health. So there are many programs which we are running, and we keep inviting various people. You can see Mr. Chaudhary from Adelaide, Australia, who had come, and we did circular economy program with him. Um, then this is again environmental health and climate change, circular economy, green technologies. In fact, one of my we have been working on launching MBA program, executive MBA program in sustainable development, utilizing circular economy. Then we also have done in campaigns for nature in nurture indoor plants. We have issued a list of plants which are releasing oxygen, indoor plants, and we have done campaigns for awareness that give lungs to your home, nurture indoor plants, enrich oxygen, and purify air, providing lungs to home. Then this is one of the mega initiative which we have done on campaign on say no to firecrackers. And we have really reflected what kind of compounds are being used in colored firecrackers and the color which they impart and the toxic impacts they have in the health in the atmosphere. And this has really made a difference. Say no to firecracker campaign. This has really made a difference because all the societies where my students are living and their houses, they did not burst firecracker during the Diwali evening while they had a grand gala feast, in the societies, enjoying the meal together with party and dancing, and that helped in reducing the air pollution which is caused due to firecracker bursting on the occasion of Diwali here. Very major festival, and it is again coming on November 4, so we'll be doing it again. Now, air pollution mitigation strategies by awareness campaign. This is next year, different bit. And then training program on fire safety. This is also one of the mandatory fire safety training we give to all the students. Now, we also did ecothon, a marathon program to promote environmental awareness, run to make it green. So this, our sports teacher held us in holding it, and this was from Noida to Greater Noida, around 30 kilometers run from one state to another. Now, going the bicycle way, this is also personally my very favorite campaign, and I myself drive bicycle every day, in fact. And so we have promoted as a vogue, as a fashion, and students who are coming using big cars and big, expensive bikes. They are not been promoted, while bicycle has been promoted as a vogue. And we have also taken it to the community, till the community near our houses, where we have involved the ladies. They have been also asked to ride bicycle for nearby shopping. Students are there, but even their moms are been involved in this particular campaign to save environment and save fuel, save energy, and gain health. So this is the first campaign I did in 2010, and after that it has been continued every year. Now, rainwater harvesting is also followed up at the campus, and we also have zero waste discharge campus, and we have 9 STP plants, and the water is being reused in washrooms. The activities taken up have brought sensitization for the students for the responsibility towards environment and society. And it has nurtured a culture among all stakeholders to commit to environment conservation. So we have made. We also have a recycling machine, paper recycling machine in our department. And looking at the last presentation, which she told that the healthy food has been promoted. So I have, in fact, I would like to share maybe next time that we have been giving during the lockdown various events where the various recipes of making healthy foods were shared, and this program was very much liked, in fact, and many of us and students were motivated to eat all healthy fruit, right from sprouts to smoothies with leaves in that, and having salads and 2-time meal instead of 3-time meal. So all those things were also very much appreciated. So this is the last slide. So in fact, this is the poem which I wrote when I launched the institute and of environmental toxicology, that we should not pollute it with endless dirt. Let's awake and bring back its worth, restore, rejuvenate, and give rebirth to our wounded and exhausted earth. And our punchline is save earth to bring worth for the new birth. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me, my presentation. And there are many, many initiatives. I'm also inspired by previous speakers to do more and implement more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanu. It's fantastic to see so many campaigns and events that happen both on campus and off campus as well. For those of you I've noticed I've launched a poll, so please go ahead and answer the questions on the polls. We have gone a little bit over today, so thank you so much for hanging on and watching all of our speakers today. My name has been Rob Barnes from GRID-Arendal, and thank you so much for joining. I'll leave you with our little Book of Green Nudges video and give you a bit of time to answer the poll as well. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.